And let me look for Zoph. He's sitting on a 2344. So both runners definitely pretty good.
Yes, we'll start here in the Grove. This is Reset City, as I like to call it. But it's pretty much just a short, unskippable dialogue. You can speed things up by pressing the buttons quickly, jump and roll. If you don't, it's going to take a little bit longer. So, the movement here, we're going to see a lot of rolls. Being a Metroidvania, Momodora is all about movement mastery. Some people might focus a bit on boss fights, but really, the movement's where you want to pick up most of your time save.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna see these guys rolling a ton here, because that's the fastest way of getting around in this game, at least in this stage of game. Later on, the method of movement will kind of evolve in a sense, but you'll see what we mean when we get there.
So on Nhan's screen, you're about to see him pick up a chest. In this chest is 20 dongers, and or money, technically. Each of these players will pick up 3 chests on their way out of the grove to collect 80 money. This money is used to purchase the crystal seed, which is a very important item for the first half of the game here.
Just to see if we are in sync. Where's your clock right now?
Oh, we're at the 130, 131, 2, 3, 4.
I'm on 147 right now, so you might want to refresh.
Thank you, my friend.
Alright.
I was looking at the wrong stream.
Yeah, no worries. So Nhan is actually already closing in on the first boss of the game after picking up some extra money.
Thanks for the heads up. Yes. 2 minutes?
So exactly. So the first boss of the game is a giant centipede called Idea. And there's a funny little mechanic around her that you might want to explain.
A funny little trick? Oh, it doesn't look like they're going to, oh, I guess Nhan did go for it. So there's a quick kill you can do on Adia. You can hit Adia in 2 spots, her head and her tail ball right there. You hit the ball, it does pretty much critical damage. Now there are 2, I guess now 3 setups for the quick kill. You can stand at the very edge of the bridge. Looks like Zoph didn't go for it either. Stand at the edge of the bridge, and whenever she wiggles twice and throws her tail at you, you can shoot your arrows. This is the fastest method. You can stand back a little bit and hit her on the return trip with the tail, and that is a little bit slower, but not. It's a lot safer because you won't get hit. And there's a very good reason you don't want to get hit.
Exactly. So once again for the quick kill, all 3 arrows hit her ball at the same time. She just dies for some reason. Nobody really knows why, not even the devs. And the reason you don't want to get hit in boss fights in general is that you get a boss item when you perfect the boss. And these boss items are very overpowered and are incredibly useful and save a lot of time. So you want to get as many of these as possible. There are 2 boss fights where you can get hit, and we'll point that out as we get to them. But right now Nhan is already in the second boss fight again. Mocha and oh, he got poisoned. That's unfortunate.
That will set him back just a little bit.
Yeah, that is actually a big time loss. That's like a minute, I think. No, Zoph is in the lead. But yeah, Mocha is a very random dude. He's scary to fight, especially in a race.
He is known as the bully within our community because he ruins runs over and over again. Honestly, this donut, I call it the donuts. This donut move he's using on Zoph's screen right now can be pretty spoopy, and now Zoph gets hit by it.
Wow, both of these runners getting very unlucky.
Yeah, I find that donut trick, donut eat ring, easier to go through from the left side. Going from the right side is a little spoopy. But we see here Nhan's making it through the donuts pretty easily. And now that Mocha has begun to shake,
this phase is going to be initiated.
And yes, now we get to the personality of the Momodora game. This is Lubella, and you might have seen a few blue lights show up on the screen during the fights. What are these blue lights, hey who?
That's a hidden item. If you mean what I think you mean. It's a hidden item in the game. It's the cheat fairy. You get it by entering the Konami code, or at least a part of it. And it basically works like any other usable item. You refresh it. You refresh those as you hit checkpoints, like Nhan is going to do right now.
After that fight, Nhan has picked up the Bachman patch, which is I'd say the most important item in the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's see here. Zoph's going to handle Lubella. See if he gets a dive. I say as I commentate curse him.
No. Yeah, dive. You can't do anything about dives. It's her worst attack pattern, and it's not even really an attack. But it wastes 12 seconds of your life. So yeah, that's kind of sad. Nhan is in a cutscene already. It's sadly not skippable, so we have to sit through this.
Princess Eri, she's escaped from her cell and she's on her way out of Karst City. You'll see her once more in this game, and you can pick up a pretty cool item from her, which sort of surrounds you with like little, I don't even know what to call them, little fires, and if they hit things, they'll do damage.
It's not really of interest for the run though, to be honest.
We will not be getting that item.
Yeah, so this is kind of an underwater section that Nhan is in right now. It's very, very dangerous because it's littered with spikes. And if you touch spikes, even for a split second, and no matter how much health you have, you are gonna die instantly. And in case you remember, the last checkpoint was quite a while ago, so that would send back both of these runners by a lot. So you don't want to touch these spikes. Yeah,
I think the spookiest one is actually the one in the chest room, because there's a roll jump most players do. And if you don't do the full jump, you're going to...
Why did he just use Crystal Seed? I think that was a misclick.
I don't know his control scheme, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I do believe
it makes no sense.
Player.
Yeah, Nhan plays keyboard, I'm pretty sure. You can kind of see it in his movement, it's very clean.
Wow. Okay.
No, yeah, shots fired against controller player. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, Nhan is making his way through this platform section, which is once again very dangerous because of the numerous spikes.
Gets hit by the firekeeper there.
A little bit wonky movement there, but it's still good. And he's approaching the third boss of this game.
Our favorite burb, Frida. Frida's a pretty simple fight. There's an easy way to do this fight and a hard way to do this fight. Looks like a harder way to do this fight. Looks like Nhan is going for the harder way, where you melee her, but he gets hit.
And he gets punished. Oh my god, that's big actually. Yes. Now he's not gonna get the boss item, and it doesn't look like he wants to reset right either.
He took the safety save too.
Yeah.
Which surprises me. If he's gonna take the safety save, why not? Go for it. But he's down a sparse thread.
So this is a big deal, and the reason I say that is because many perfect boss threads rely on the sparse thread. So he's gonna have a hard time getting all the boss items, and if he doesn't get those, then he's gonna lose even more time.
Excuse me. Yes, so I think you can probably get by without it on Arsonist and Fennel, but I'd be worried. I'm always worried about Lupia and Magnolia.
Oh yeah, Lupia is gonna be a pain without sparse thread.
So you can see Zoph here doing the safe strat. As long as you sit back in that corner there, you're not gonna have a problem with her unless you fire arrows really slowly.
By the way, I didn't even notice, but Chet just pointed out that Zoph didn't buy Crystal Seed.
Ooh.
I don't know why.
Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't even notice it either.
At least he gets the sparse thread, so that will make up some time for him. Even though I still see Nhan in the lead.
I might actually debate you over that. I'm gonna have to try some Lubella strats here without bread. But now we see the personality of the game once more.
It's definitely less risky because you can actually allow to get hit or allow yourself to get hit here. Because the boss item of this fight is actually absolutely useless. So nobody cares whether you get hit here.
Yeah, it's called the Torn Branch, and it heals you upon enemy kill.
Yeah.
The game recently got an update which increased the amount of heal you get per kill. I think it's now 7% instead of 1. I think it used to be 1.
That is wild. That's crazy.
But
yeah,
now, and it's cat.
That's a nice change right there. The cat is way faster than the human form. And as a rule of thumb, you can kind of say you want to be cat when you have to cover a lot of horizontal distance. What the cat lacks, though, is the ability to climb ladders.
Got no thumbs.
As you see here, he has to transform to human to be able to climb. So yeah, you want to be human if you have to traverse a lot of, what is it called, vertical distance.
Mostly, I'd say just ladders, but yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. Alright, Zoph has beaten Lubella now. He's quite a bit behind, though he has all the boss items so far. So it's definitely not over for him.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the movement as a cat?
Movement as a cat? Sure. The cat walks a little bit faster than Kaho. The cat has all the same moves as Kaho, right? The roll, the jump, and the standard walking. Now there is a so I guess in Kaho form you saw her rolling all the time. Now you see the cat sort of jumping all the time. This is actually not just a jump; it's a roll jump. So the weird thing about the cat is it can roll, and when it rolls, it has this weird little ending animation, which is actually slower. But you can get around it if you just do the roll jump and cancel the roll in midair. So a lot of players, you can usually tell how skilled a Momo runner is by looking at the consistency of their cat's roll jumps. And Nhan's movement here is almost perfect.
And due to the fact that he doesn't have the sparse thread, he had to fight this mini-boss with the Bagman patch, which also works, but it's a little bit slower, so he's gonna lose a few seconds on the Zoph due to that. But it definitely looks like he can afford that right now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, right now he's basically just backtracking to get a crest that he needs to access the final area of the game. So this part is all about movement. There's not much going on here. It's basically the most chill part of the run. Also, why did we just see Zoph check out this room and turn around?
Oh yeah. So as Hey mentioned, we're about to pick up a crest here to unlock the ending of the game. But the crest has a special ability. It allows you to warp to bells. You can't warp to all bells, but you can warp to any bell, some specific bells that you've seen. And since we wanted to warp back to the monastery, Zoph here took a peek at the bell and decided to hit the road. You don't have to hit the bell.
Exactly, you just have to see it once to be able to warp back to it, as you will be seeing Nhan do right now.
If I'm not mistaken, you warp to that bell 3 times in the run. No, 4 times if you
yeah,
it's
kind of your central hub from now on. Definitely. You go back there quite a lot. So Nhan is in one of my personal favorite areas of the game, which you sadly don't see much of in the run.
Not in this category.
Yeah, sadly. And he's basically almost already at the next boss, called the Arsonist, which is arguably one of the hardest boss fights, because she's extremely tanky, and has some really mean attacks that can sometimes mess up your day if you don't watch out.
So standard strat here is to open with 2 patches and then use fairy and sparse threads normally whenever she teleports to you. You want to get her to teleport as close to the barrels as you can, so she'll damage herself on the barrels.
Exactly. Also, you can manipulate her into teleporting by either getting her off screen or at least getting as much distance between you and her as possible. So yeah, after a teleport you can basically always stun her for free and get a melee combo and triple arrow on her, so that's very useful. So he perfected this boss and gets the next boss item that's called the Pocket Incensory, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. It adds damage to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it just adds so much damage to your attacks, especially for the Bagman patch.
Which is why that item is the most important item, I would say. This combo right here, arrows plus incensory plus patch, are the most important items in the run.
From now on, you're gonna see the Bagman patch basically just melt through bosses. Like, it's incredibly overpowered.
So Nhan takes a slight detour here to pick up the monastery key, which is required to meet the best waifu in the game, Pardoner Fennel. Her music is reminiscent of Gwyn's music from Dark Souls, for any Dark Souls fans out there. But unfortunately, you don't get to hear too much of it because, quite frankly...
Yeah, as I just pointed out, she... Let's put it like this, don't blink during the boss fight or you might miss it. Like, it's that quick. There's some risky platforming ahead, some spikes you can die in. He's past them. And here we go. Boss fight. It's gonna be interesting to see how he works around not having the sparse thread here.
So, because he didn't have the sparse threads to burst her down to second phase, he actually had to arrow her and melee her a few times.
Yeah,
so it wasn't that short. But yeah, he got through. No problemo.
Meanwhile, Zoph is almost finished with the Arsonist fight.
Yeah, unfortunately... Oh, actually, he might kind of turn this around a little bit. You want to end the Arsonist fight with Arsonist and Kath as close to the right side as they can. Well, and you as well. Kath has to walk to you.
So you want to be close to Kath as well.
I guess
that's... to kind of crowd control those two guys. As good as you can.
Normally it's pretty easy to keep them on the right side though.
Yeah, it's not too difficult.
Here we are with Nhan in the Royal Pinacotheca. The Royal Art
wow,
Museum.
You studied correctly. That's impressive.
I am American.
Most people are not able to pronounce that word. Especially non-Americans.
This section right here is... this is a good place to pick up time saves whenever you're starting the game, because there's just so many pieces of cool movement here where you're going from cat to cat to Kaho to cat again.
This is, from a platform perspective, probably the hardest area of the game, but also kind of the most satisfying to perfectly pull off.
Indeed.
So it's a real cool area.
Saw Nhan pick up a sealed wind item there. That is necessary for the leaf upgrade, which we need to get the real ending of the game.
Oh, safety save.
I did not expect that from Nhan.
Yeah, me neither. It's actually... it doesn't really make sense. So he's closing in on the next boss here, which is a double boss actually. Lupia and Magnolia are the names. And this boss is kind of a run killer because her movement tends to be random, or at least random to a degree that makes killing her very unreliable without killing her.
Well, luckily no triple roll. This whole section tends to be a bit of a wall for new players, but once you get it, it just flies by. Normally you'd use sparse threads in this fight against the Huntress Magnolia, but, well, Nhan doesn't have them. But he makes it through easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And he gets the heavy arrows. Heavy arrows are very powerful. They're gonna be very useful in the last fight of the game, which is gonna be the Queen fight. But before that, he has to unlock a path with his Bagman patch. Because that is one other reason why the Bagman patch is so important. It's not only very powerful, but it can also open a path, which you will be seeing shortly.
It can be used to trigger switches.
Exactly.
It comes a bit more handy in the this functionality is used a bit more often in the AVIB category.
So he uses this Bagman patch here to trigger a switch to open a path prematurely. And now he's just gonna ignore the path that he just opened and backtrack to kind of unlock the true ending by painting or like recoloring his leaf, I guess, in this well.
Bathe the leaf in hibiscus. He's been fat fingering a few things, it seems. First the crystal seed, now this. But he can, it's not really that big of a deal. He's gonna hit the bell at least once more on the way to the final boss, and you don't need the patches for anything after this except the final boss.
Yeah. Yeah, he can definitely afford a few little mistakes at this point, because Zoph is just now closing into Lupia. So he has quite a lead right now.
Let's see how Zoph... Let's see, was Zoph missing? Didn't have a crystal seed, so I think this fight will just go normal. I don't believe he does missive strats. But here we are, we're getting, let's see, Nhan is coming up to Cat. Now she looks a little tired, she's taking a snooze. We're gonna let her rest.
Yeah, she's just sleeping.
Resting her eyes.
Even worry.
Never talk to Cat there. I am.
And there's the mini-boss upcoming.
Oh yeah, the clone angel. Yeah, sure. Yeah, the clone angel here. He doesn't have to. That's right. He doesn't have sparse threads. The normal strat is to sparse thread this this mini boss. Now what happens is she summons clones of herself. If you hit the wrong one, you're gonna see a couple of fish fly from the sky. I don't care.
But everybody says it's fish.
Those are fish. They're fish.
So
now
how
even
do we know which one is the real one?
Usually the real one is flying closest to the ground. There aren't too many patterns, and normally you don't even get to the point where she summons all four of her all three of her clones.
And normally that fight can be beaten in one cycle, but due to the fact that he didn't have the sparse thread, he went through multiple cycles there. And he's already on the way up to the Queen fight, which is the final boss encounter of this game.
Is that the Drim Fox elevator here?
Oh yeah. Some runs have died very fast by people just pressing the switch again after arriving at the top of the elevator.
You don't even need to be walking on it. You can just sort of like dash over it by mistake, and then... What is he doing?
He used missive on accident and has to go back to the bell.
He's doing
kind of funny.
Interesting missive strats. So he gets an extra. Just trying to get, I guess, trying to get an extra missive here.
Yeah, he just wants some special.
I don't think that works. Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, he gets the one cycle in the first phase is only possible with heavy arrows, so it's quite important that he has them here. Speeds up the whole thing by a lot.
Second phase down, and here's the third phase, which, if you've played this game and you've forgotten to upgrade your leaf, you will not have seen.
Exactly.
But it is
this
required.
phase is unlocked by having the green leaf. So this boss is gonna melt down fairly quickly due to the Bagman patch, and yeah, that's it.
It's
24,
Ogre.
37. Solid time.
Yeah, it's definitely top. Well, actually, I don't know. It would be top 10 in the category I run, but I don't know what the times are for this run.
Let me
Definitely.
check.
respectable run.
It would be the 17th place on the leaderboard, so it's not quite top tier, but it's still respectable, especially in a race.
I think sub 25 is definitely a wall that that's difficult to get past. Now Zoph has the sparse thread, so he can handle this boss a little bit easily. I guess he didn't know which one was real one,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he
he didn't
hits the
see.
fake.
Yeah, unfortunate. This time, though, he sees the right one.
Another trick you can do is just sort of go all the way to the right. It's usually the one all the way to the right.
You might want to switch audio back to Zoph,
Oh,
because
you are right.
action is going down on his screen right now.
Thank you, compadre.
Alright, so he has beaten the clone angel. Oh, his famous split sound.
Oof.
It
You're
gets
right.
me every time. Alright, some risky platforming here, and then he's also gonna make his way up to the queen fight.
That's an interesting Kaho strat to get up there. I've never been able to pull that off. Most people stay in cat form and just bounce up there.
I think cat form is faster.
Oh, that's not a good spot to be.
Oh,
No. Oh.
okay, at least he didn't activate that event again.
Sometimes if you're floating above, you'll tip it.
Yeah. So let's see how he handles the queen fight.
What is he missing?
I don't think he's missing anything. No.
Okay.
I think he has everything he needs to have.
Ooh, that's a slow combo.
Yeah, that one cycle is very tight. If you shoot your arrows a tiny bit too slow in the start, you're gonna get hit and not get hit.
If you're bumped while charging your arrows, you lose your charge. So it's that can be very spoopy cycle to get. But Zoph's gonna clean this out here. I am confident.
Yeah.
Especially since he's already type top done.
Yeah, that might be a good indicator. But yeah, there's not much that can go wrong in this phase of the fight, especially if you have all the items required.
There we go.
GG.
I'll bump Nhan here. Let's see.
Yeah, first one goes to him. He earns his first cat.
Thankfully, they used the correct Kaho
Did I
pounce.
just hear a Windows sound?
I don't know.
There's a Windows sound on Zoph's stream. Anyway.
And I noticed today if you press Alt A whenever you're typing in hex chat, it doesn't. It instead makes a Windows sound and does the and doesn't do the Alt A select all.
All right.
I don't know if that was it. I'm just saying. That's what happened to me like 4 times today. But the Priestess of Loon has saved the day once again, unfortunately at the cost of her own life. So,
yeah, sad story. Let's see if that changes in the second race.
Okay, well actually, hold on.
Won't.
They feel now the thing's complete, so I bet you can do a rematch. God, Jesus Christ. Okay. Unfortunately, the rematch command is yet to work for the Momo race. I don't know why.
Yeah, rematch is kind of buggy. I don't know. We just always do a new room.
So I'll have to pop in on that one.
Yeah.
But I guess in the meantime, we can enjoy this lovely ending music.
Yeah, it's very chill.
So, I don't know. Let's see. Was there anything? I don't know. The Nhan's got pretty good movement here. I don't know. Zoph is definitely the underdog here. But how might you pick it up?
Don't count him out quite yet. This can backfire. I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, pretty solid run from both of these guys in the first race. Let's see if Nhan's gonna be able to close it out right now, or if Zoph is gonna start a comeback.
I believe in Zoph.
These races can be pretty random. Like you miss one, or like you get hit on one boss fight and you just lose so much time. So pretty much everything is possible.
And don't forget those Lubella dives.
Oh yeah, even though in races those are not the biggest issue, to be honest. Like messing up boss threads is usually the biggest time killer, or whatever you say. It eats up the most time.
All right. Oh man, did I think I messed up the audio. I think I had them both playing at the same time. Yikes.
It doesn't really matter though, because Nhan is in the menu right now. There's no sound.
Okay. So they're making a new room right now. I hope.
Alright, so the second race will start shortly. I hope Nhan remembers to reset his timer.
We can remind them. Who's the second guy? Zoph. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to mute myself when I type. My aggressive typing. Aggressive typing intensifies. Okay.
It's fine, it's not that loud actually.
Let's see. Alright. Zoph's in the room. Nhan's in the room.
Alright. So round 2 is about to start.
Oh, I just need to type the next match in series. Okay. I'll go ahead and give Nhan the audio. And here we go. Oh, I did it. I never remember to set the goal. Kappa. And here we go. 10 seconds. And we'll be off. Refresh my stream. On the way.
So what do you think? Comeback or?
Oh yeah, I believe in the hot dabs.
Yeah.
Hot dabs. Also, I really like Momodora, so a third game of Momodora would also be really nice.
Oh, true. Yeah. Let's just do a mad commentator curse on Nhan, so he just loses 50 years on every boss. Shall we? Nah, let's not.
It's pretty BM. Not gonna lie.
True. So did your timer just start as well? Just to see if we unsync?
Yeah. 5, 6, 7.
Alright, perfect.
8. Alright, now, one thing I'm noticing here is there seems to be a slight color difference between Zoph's and Nhan's streams. What's going on here?
Zoph is playing on low graphic settings. Because this game is pretty demanding. Like you need a 1080 Ti to play this, basically. Just kidding. Yeah,
There's also there's also
literally just a color difference. I don't know why that's even a thing.
These players also have you didn't notice it because it's not there, but there's an option called screen shake, and these players should both have them disabled. In general, it's not terribly important, but it makes some of the boss fights a little bit easier to get through, particularly Lubella 2 and what's the other one?
Oh gosh, yeah, Lubella 2 with screen shake is a nightmare. Like I wouldn't be able to see anything there. Anyway, Nhan looks to be slightly ahead here, yeah. Already in the switch room, solid movement so far.
Yeah, but Zoph's not too far behind.
True.
It's often one that room right there is one of my benchmarks whenever I'm running the race, running Momodora myself. You know, what time do you get in there? You want the thing. In my case, it should be down. The switch should be down by 133. But other people are better than me. This room right here.
When I shoot the ball and I look at my time, I want to see a 120. Something like that.
Gee, thanks. Gee, thanks.
Yeah, anyway. So we are almost at the first boss again. Let's see if they both go for the one shot, and if yes, if one of them fails.
I think last time they both had to actually fight the boss, if I'm not mistaken.
How much does not getting the one shot lose you? Like 15 seconds or something?
Somewhere around there. Oh, Adia put on her dancing shoes for Nhan. That is unfortunate, but he still gets the quick kill.
So that's pretty good.
Both these players seem to be going for safe strats, and unfortunately Zoph does not get the quick kill. So he will be... he'll have to do it a little bit more slowly.
Yeah,
luckily...
it's not a big time loss though. He's already... Oh wow, that was lucky.
Oh wow, this is like... That was some real monkus right there. Monkus
yeah,
shake.
If she did another attack there, he would have had to reset. Oh no, well... I don't know. Did he hit the checkpoint?
Did he hit the checkpoint? I believe he did, yeah.
Yeah, then he would have had to reset to that checkpoint.
Nhan already blazing through, passing the that spike pit right there. The quickest way to get through it is a jump roll. On easy difficulty, you can get hit, so it's no big deal. But if you run harder difficulties, there are more enemies, and if you run my difficulty, insane, you can only get hit 0 times. So if you don't do the optimal movement there, you're gonna be taking a drink.
True. Oh, Mocha's giving Nhan a very good pattern.
Yeah, I mean, if he just hands him another box... Oh, he one-cycled
him.
him.
He's gonna be able to one-cycle that pretty easily.
Zoph's not too far behind here.
Yeah, they're actually quite neck to neck.
And Zoph also gets the decent Bachman patch attack. Mocha only has the 3 attacks. The donuts, the Bachman patches, and the curse ball.
Did we even see a curse ball right like up to this point? I don't think so.
I don't believe we did. Curse ball is pretty important, actually.
Yeah, it's a terrible attack. It wastes so much time, and it's like a mini nuke. Like its radius is so huge.
And if you happen to, yeah.
Yeah, it leaves behind like a gas cloud that curses you, as the name already suggests. And cursed basically means you can't use items, which is incredibly annoying. But yeah, it doesn't seem like any of our runners got that. So it's looking pretty smooth so far.
Coming up to Princess Airy once again. I call her Princess Airy, but I don't believe she's actually princess in this game. I think she doesn't become princess until Momodora 2. The games are out of order, by the way. This is actually the prequel to the series.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not so much into the lore of this game. I have no idea who the person is. Wow, Nhan is actually going for those risky roll jumps. They only save like half a second and can set you back by like a minute. So that's pretty ballsy. But I guess he's confident in his movement, and rightfully so.
Oh yeah, he has held the world record for some time. I think he took it from Luna, who took it from half, and I think it went to either you or depending on category, you or what's his face, Double Stop.
Yeah, who's this one irrelevant runner? Oh right, Double Stop. Shots fired, by the way. Yeah, he didn't roll into spikes, though. That's good.
Opts to not take the safety belt this time. He seems to be really confident in this run. He played it pretty safe last time, even though he didn't really need to. And he got almost a 20, something like 24 something.
24-37. Yeah.
Yes. So he might be looking for the 23 this time, or lower.
Oh boy, is he going for a world record? No, I think that is already impossible at this. Or is it? Not quite, but it's gonna be super rough. Yeah, anyway, he's almost at the next boss here, Frida.
A lot of smooth movement here. He has the arrow that I called him the key keeper. He has to arrow the key keeper before the fight, or else she decides to make an entrance, and you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight Frida and the key keeper in the same fight. That is
if she intervenes in the boss fight, it's gonna be very hard to not get hit. So the poison arrow solves that problem.
Some good melee strats right here.
Oh, so Zoph got unlucky. His arrow got eaten by the bat.
Oh, 2 teleports. Yikes, that's about 6 seconds.
Yeah, unlucky. Still though, pretty solid time.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Did he pick up the item?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
You can pick it up in a jump, which is what Nhan really likes to do. Not even sure if it saves time.
So he hits this imp here and stands next to this wall. This wall can be broken by a bomb, which it does. You can bait the Bachman there into throwing a bomb, which breaks the wall. Sometimes you're lucky and the Bachman breaks it on your way up and you don't even notice.
Yeah, that can only happen if you clean the room on your first run through. Like if you have a little movement mistake there and lose some time. Otherwise, the bagman doesn't have enough time to throw his bomb and break the wall prematurely. So yeah, sometimes you get rewarded for messing up in this game. So let's see. Both of them got the boss item, so that's good.
Nhan's just making his way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and he's homebound.
Equipping items on the fly, and he's in the fight. Let's see if he gets a dive. No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, you're trying to play my man Nhan? Not like this. Just to spite you, Lubella didn't dive.
See, commentator's curse is not a thing.
So in this transition animation, you can actually attack and do a hit on the cage that you wake up in a little early. It could save you time if you're very skillful in the way you attack things. It's probably a bit more effective for the other one of the other categories than it is for this one. But man, his movement is just really good here. Now we have Zoph. Yeah,
Zoph is in the fight now. Let's see if...
Oh, he gets the dive. Why did you do this to Zoph?
I didn't even say it, dude.
Dude, it's delayed.
Let's see if he gets here, and then she dived. So, technically I didn't say it.
Yes, unfortunately, and I think when I timed this, you lose an extra half second if you take a dive in this fight. So instead of 12, you take a 12.5 second or so.
Yeah, because Crystal Seed wears off.
That's why that strategy of hitting... we didn't see the strategy out of either of these players, but some players will Crystal Seed next to the bell and then hit the bell, getting the refresh, and then walk into the fight with their Crystal Seed still active.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of a safety backup, just in case she dives. So you don't lose out on more damage. So now, once again, they're making their way into the monastery. Or at least Nhan is. Zoph is still in the underground section. And he's going back to pick up the warp crest.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention too much about the crests here. There are 4 crests you need. They're kind of like the 4 Lord Souls. The first crest will give you the ability... Well, in this run, the first crest you pick up is the warp, the charge crest. It's behind Frida. This crest gives you the ability to charge your arrows faster, which is why in the Arsonist fight, you'll see them actually do a half charge on arrows, rather than spam arrows like they did in the Frida fight. The second
Exactly.
crest that they're picking it up now, is the warp crest, which allows you to warp between specific bells in the game, if you've seen them. The third crest, after Arsonist, is the dash through the air dash crest, which allows you to move even faster. And the fourth crest, the final crest, is behind Partner Fennel, and allows you to supercharge your arrows, firing 4 arrows, and I counted, there are 4, in a straight line if you use it. Although I don't think you use it anywhere except on the Queen.
Yeah, except on the slow thread for the last Queen phase. That's basically the only use you get out of that.
I can usually use it on the second phase.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, okay, that's actually correct. In the second phase, right at the beginning, you use it as well. So Nhan almost got the warp crest. Looks pretty clean so far.
It's got a lot of tight movements, making roll jumps I normally wouldn't make.
Yeah, he's not messing up many roll jumps, so that's pretty good. He's not losing any time on movement.
The Cinder Chambers here has, the Cinder Chambers here has some of the I think it's some of the coolest music in the game. I like Fennel's music more, but the Cinder Chambers music is pretty sweet. What? Okay, my stream froze for a sec. I thought he took a weird death.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. No, skillfully avoiding that mimic.
Yeah, that
and
can
he
be.
is on his way down to the Arsonist.
He seems to have thought he was missing an item, or maybe his menuing was just a little rough there. I was just trying to think if there was an item you're supposed to have, but no, this is where you get the incense.
So once again, he's baiting the Arsonist into the barrels with her teleport.
This might be optimal. The Terminator Walk is probably the best attack to get if you're looking for damage, because you can melee her quite safely into it. And you can see he walks forward.
A very good fight.
Walks next to Cat, so she doesn't have to walk at all to say hi.
Yeah, his position relative to Kath is pretty much optimal.
Nicer speed friends will say yes to Kath. Unfortunately, for Kath, he has to say no. If you say yes, I'll talk to Kath. It eats up like, I don't know, it feels like forever, but it's probably like.
But at least she doesn't call you a cockroach, so there are trade-offs.
But yes, on his way to Nhan's now on his way to
movement with dash seems kind of weird sometimes. Like he does a roll jump, like he does a roll jump cancel, then he jumps again and then he dashes.
Oh yeah, I never noticed.
See what I mean? It looks really weird.
He's also pretty good at doing short jumps. This is actually one of the finer tips of movement. If you do a short roll jump and you can hit the ground faster, you can actually chain your roll jumps a little bit more quickly, allowing you to move even faster. So if you can attack before you get to the top of your arc, you can actually increase the speed at your roll jumps even more. Advanced strats.
Oh, true. Alright, Nhan is almost at Fennel. And now he even has all the items to beat her.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Unfortunate for waifu.
See. Okay, he's going for the safe one. There's another thread where you can just dash into her face after the first Backman patch and melee combo triple arrow her.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't do it. It saves like a few seconds, like 2 or 1 at least. But yeah.
In some cases, the players might not even be aware of the strat. Nhan is exceptionally skilled here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he knew it. I think that's a newer development.
Yeah, it's only a few weeks old, I think. I think the first time I saw it was actually in a race from Double Stop.
Double Stop picked up a few of his tricks from Nhan before taking his record. I think the missive strat that you sometimes see on Loopyard, and actually we'll see if he does it now that he has all the items. But there's a missive strat that some people use on Loopyard Magnolia to make the Magnolia fight even quicker. Oof,
Oh.
getting hit by that pigeon.
Yeah, that's something that can happen. He dashed very close to the ground, and the game confused it for a roll, so he just rolled on the spot and touched the enemy there. So that's a bit unlucky.
The mini Frida. The sword boys in this area can be very dangerous.
Yeah, they do a ton of damage, especially in normal and like harder difficulties. They're quite the pain. Especially if you go for missive threats in the Lupia fight, because if your health is too low and you have to use a missive, you might actually end up killing yourself. Because the missive takes, I think, a quarter of your health.
Every time.
Exactly.
Yes, and that's a set number. So that's a quarter of your max health, even if it might kill you to do so. And yeah, he's doing missive strats here.
Yeah, it has to be expected.
Ooh, he took a hit though. Will he continue without the arrows? It looks like he will.
Yeah, most likely. It's not a huge time loss.
When I counted, and yeah, no one has yet to time this
like
except for me.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only place where this where the lack of heavy arrows is really gonna hurt him is gonna be in the queen fight, of course, because
it's the only boss left.
The last boss. So yeah, there's luckily the effect of not having heavy arrows is not too dramatic.
It only denies him a one cycle queen phase 1.
Yeah, exactly. There are strats to make up for the loss of heavy arrows in phase 2, luckily. And he's just gonna power through phase 3, so it's not that bad.
Like all the other Momo games, phase 3 is the easiest phase of the boss. IMO.
I don't know. I haven't played any other.
You gotta play the other ones, man. 1 and 2 are free. They're available on Ardine's website.
Oh wow. Swift promotion right here.
Oh.
Nah.
Not sponsored.
So yeah, Nhan just painted his leaf green.
Some things other people might not notice. The save. You should have seen the save icon every time they hit a bell. When they get the green leaf, the save icon changes from being the red maple leaf to the green whatever
spring
leaf.
Spring
yeah,
leaf. Fresh spring leaf. Yeah, very, very nice movement in this section. Okay, just as I say it, he messes something up. But it's still good. So he's on his way to the Clone Angel while Zoph is still fighting Lupia. And he looks like he's having some issues.
Oh, what happened? Did he miss one of his threads? I would say he missed both of his threads if he's got that much health left.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I was watching Nhan.
Same. Maybe someone in chat saw. Oh,
anyway, this time he's gonna get an easy one cycle in the best spot he can get it.
That is definitely the best pattern. You don't want to stand too close to the angel when you use your threads, otherwise the shockwave, the stunner, will hit too soon and you don't have time for both attacks. Still pulls off dash strats in that room. That's a very spoopy strategy. The one with 4 blocks above the spike pit.
Yeah, it's actually pretty consistent, but it looks very scary, I agree. Oh, somebody says 2 rolls and Zoph missed both his threats.
Yikes!
Yeah, that's unlucky. It looks like Nhan is gonna be able to close it out here. His lead is quite significant at this point.
Oh yeah, the queen is honestly a very easy fight. There's nothing really that can go wrong. And at this health, on harder difficulties,
just something went wrong on Nhan's fight.
Geometry
Didn't get the
attack?
one cycle.
Well, he can't. He doesn't have heavy arrows.
Oh, does he not? Oh, okay. I kind of forgot that.
But the
Wait.
power of geometry compels you.
Yeah, a lot of triangles on the screen.
To symbolize that there are 3 phases to the fight.
Oh wow, that's so deep.
The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, no, thank you. Anyway, Nhan is almost done. Zoph is just painting his sleeve. I don't see Zoph taking this back.
Yeah, this is a really easy queen phase. The queen repeats her attacks in this phase. So, I mean, Nhan even had enough health to even take the hit instead of running away.
22:16, very good time.
Definitely. It's faster than his other time. Did something happen in the other game? Other race? Can't remember. So long
He
ago.
didn't get spas.
That's right.
Yeah, nothing really went wrong in this run of his, so this was a pretty clean run.
And then Zoph's here. Oh, I should change the audio.
Exactly.
Zoph's.
So yeah, Nhan is today's winner of this race. Anyway, we're gonna, of course, watch Zoph finishing his run. He's also on a very respectable pace. Let me check.
This is probably, just looking at this is probably like a 25-50, 25-30 kind of pace.
Yeah, it could definitely be a 25, I think. It seems like he has a hard time identifying the real clone angel.
Can be tricky when there's 2 of them right next to you. Sometimes they look like they're at the same heights. But yeah, he could have easily finished that a little bit more quickly than he did.
The famous oof sound. Oh wow, that looked scary.
Interesting jump. Man, he makes that look so smooth going up his Kaho. Even when I stayed in Kaho form, I could never figure it out. This is the closest he can do to a dab in this game. Alright, so he doesn't have heavy arrows. So that also just denies him.
Without heavy arrows, if he knows all the threats to circumvent that issue, he should still get a 25. Like a mid to high 25 at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, we got geometry at attack.
It looks like he didn't think about using his bagmans there. Even though that would actually be the best use for the bagmans in this fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead time where you're just not attacking, or if you don't. And you can always attack the queen phase 3, so it's best to use the patches if you don't one cycle her. Unless you have really low health, then you can just cat form it. But his positioning seems a little sketchy.
No, I got him on phase 3.
Yeah, he's on phase 3. I'd be worried about standing that close because you can see his head almost hit the little explosions. I usually stand
25,
right.
39. Still fairly good.
Definitely a good run. I think that's like right above. It's right above my PB. But here we are. GG, my dudes.
Yeah, GG to both of them.
All right.
Very consistent performance on Nhan's side, especially in the second run.
Okay.
And Zoph also with some respectable times. Do you want to move him up here?
I sent them the invite, so.
Alright.
Zoph got it. Nhan is considering it, I'll say.
Let's see if he blesses us with his presence. Yeah, looks like it. Can we move him? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we can move him.
Oh wow, you
Hello.
pulled him in. Nice. Alrighty.
Yeah, what up? Congrats. You won.
I did it.
How do you feel about that?
I feel good, I guess. Dropping heavy arrows probably it would have been really good if I didn't drop them, but that was okay.
That's true.
I think I would have probably sub 22'd, but
I think no heavy arrows loses 15, so it would have been tight, but it would definitely be a very good run.
yeah.
But yeah, GG's. Very, very solid performance on your part.
Thanks. Man, that first run was
Yeah,
that was a mess.
you poisoned yourself or something, right?
What?
On Lubella, you poisoned yourself or something?
Yeah, I poisoned myself on Mocha. And then I dropped threads.
Yeah.
And then I was like randomly, accidentally fat fingering items during movement.
We noticed that. We saw your crystal seed on the ground.
Yeah.
Thought it was interesting.
Good thing I was right next to a save.
That was why you hit the safety save.
Yeah,
We were wondering about that.
I needed to get it back.
Oh, right. I know what you mean now. Where you use it underwater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why would he do this? Like, what? It makes no sense on any level.
Yeah,
But I mean,
I'm surprised I still got a 24-30. It's the same as my last run when I was messing up.
yeah. Overall, it looked very decent in your stream, especially on the movement department.
Yeah, it was still pretty decent overall.
Yeah.
And, like, messed up with that. I got really lucky on Lupia. The block me did so much.
Oh, true.
I forgot to miss it before. So
Happens.
Yeah, well, you took the 2-0 here. Your next match will be against Double Stop, who's the current world record holder. Not for this category, actually. I gotta check. I think that's you now, Heihu, but...
yeah, 21:30.
But yes,
It's not
Double
confirmed
Stop.
yet at Flame. I mean, what?
So, from what I understood, Double Stop picked up a few of his tricks from you. So, how do you feel being the master protege match here?
The mastermind of this game.
I'm excited. I'm sure it'll be a good race. As long as
it's excellent. It's gonna be excellent.
Yeah, I remember when he was like new to the game. That was quite a while ago, but like we were sharing a lot of stuff. He's a cool guy.
Oh, true. Your race times are actually pretty like close to each other, so
yeah,
it's definitely gonna be an interesting race. I don't see anyone taking it like right now. I couldn't make a prediction, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
I would flip a coin. Do you have any? Like I said, do you have any? Are you gonna do the pro wrestling shoutouts? Any pro wrestling shoutouts for Double Stop here?
No.
No, come on. You guys gotta get excited.
All
right.
Gotta assert some dominance here.
All right. Well, I guess let's pull up Zoph then.
Yeah. Yo, what up?
Hey.
Hello.
Yes. How do you feel about your runs here?
The first one was a catastrophe, and the second one pretty good. I did one major mistake, but it was still a good run in my opinion for my current level.
Yeah,
So
I would. Definitely 2 respectable times. Is there anything else you wanna like?
GG Nhan. Your second run were pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's a really good run.
Well, there is some good news here. Maybe. I don't know. So this is a winner's bracket match. So you will be sent to the loser's bracket to have a rematch.
Hey, we have a different name for that. Bracket of alternative success.
Oh, alternative success. My bad. Oh, wait. Yeah. I misread the chart. Actually, I
I will
think that
rematch
sends you.
Heihu.
You'll be facing the winner
No.
of the Drimfox Elzam fight.
Okay.
So basically, Dreamfox. I mean, what?
What? How could you say such a thing?
Just kidding.
But yes. So all hope is not lost. You can still make it to the finals to rematch Nhan, and should Nhan win his match against Double Stop.
Oh, that would be interesting. But yeah.
Yep.
We might
Yeah.
meet as well down there, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I guess you would have to rematch Heihu to go to the rematch with that'd be pretty dank, not gonna lie. But
Yeah, I
do
kinda
either of you
want
guys
that.
have any final remarks on the races here?
Not really.
No.
All right.
Alright, in that case, GG's to both of you.
Indeed.
Very good runs. And yeah. Thanks everybody for watching, I guess. And we are gonna sign off here.
I'll see you guys again in the future.
Bye bye.